Hello everybody, this is Old School and welcome to Retro Rehab. Right here I have the latest addition to my accessory pile, which is a Mad Catz MC2 Universal Racing Wheel. And if you've been on my channel for a little while, you may have noticed that I've done a review on the Mad Catz MC2, but actually I did a review on this one here. This is also an MC2, but this is the updated model to this one. This is the original model. I actually picked this up at Goodwill for only $6. That's the reason why I even have it. And I picked it up with the intentions of having a spare just in case something were to happen to this one. But when I got it home, I got a few surprises. One bad surprise and one very good surprise. So let's take a look at what those were. Okay, so let's start with the bad surprise. First of all, I hooked this up to the Xbox and I pressed the program button and nothing lit up down there, which means that the program button was not working. If you watch the review on this wheel on my channel, you know that the program button assigns the buttons from the face of the wheel to either the stick or the pedals over here if you want to switch them around for some reason. And it actually proves to be quite useful. Well, that button did not work on the Xbox, and I don't know if it's a defect or if that's actually how the wheel was supposed to be. During the making of this video, I confirmed that this is in fact not a defect. I decided to look up online the original manual to this steering wheel and found out, per the instruction manual, that this wheel is only programmable when used with the PlayStation 2 or the GameCube, but not the Xbox. So what I did is I grabbed every racing game that I had for my Xbox and tested them all individually, and here's what I came up with. Well, there's good news for those who use an automatic transmission on these three games, because the wheel will work properly with these games if you use an automatic transmission. However, if you're like me and like to use a manual transmission for your racing games, you are screwed, because each of these games has a number of control presets, and absolutely none of them enable you to assign the shift up and the shift down to the sequential shifter, and not even the paddle shifters. So doesn't work for me on any of these games here. Sega GT 2002 and Forza Motorsport both work right out of the box without having to mess around with any of the controls. The only problem that I have with this, and this is just me, most people probably like it this way, but a lot of people like it, this is shift up and this is shift down. Well, I actually like it the other way around. So there is, since the program button does not work on here on the Xbox, I cannot remap this to be shift up and this to be shift down. But like I said, that is not how most people like it. So it works just fine, even if you want a manual transmission right out of the box on these two. So these are my three rally racing games for the Xbox, and Rally Fusion and Rally Sport Challenge 2 automatically work with the wheel when you plug it in. They've got their own settings for the wheel, and Rally Fusion doesn't even let you know. I mean, it simply just works, which most people might like. It's kind of unnerving for me because I like to see everything that's going on, but Rally Fusion works despite whatever controller configuration you have it set to. It just works. Rally Sport Challenge 2 defaults to the steering wheel preset, which I think is preset number 7, and does not let you deviate from that at all. So this one works automatically as well. Colin McRae 4 works exactly like it should, except you have to do controller preset number 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it was, but this one does not automatically detect the wheel, but it does work fine with it. Now, keep in mind, all three of these games still have this as shift up and this is shift down, which is what I don't like, but like I said, that's not a problem for most people. So these three games work just fine with the wheel. TOCA Race Driver 2 stands on its own as being the only one that is fully customizable here and totally compatible with the wheel to be exactly how I like it. So in this game you can simply remap any button to be what you want it to be. So I can switch this to be shift up and this to be shift down. So this one is 100% compatible. So the last two games I have here are Flat Out 2 and Automodelista. Flat Out 2 doesn't even let you have a manual transmission option, and it works just fine with the wheels, so that one's golden. But we have Automodelista here, which I just simply do not recommend playing with the steering wheel because it is totally unrealistic the way it controls. So I didn't even test this one because it's just simply not worth it. So, okay, so we know what the wheel doesn't do so well. So what does it do good? Well, on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube, the program button works exactly like it's supposed to, strangely enough. But in addition to that, this wheel does something that this one does not do. And if you watch my review on this wheel, you know that I do not recommend this wheel for the PlayStation 2, primarily because of one reason. The X and square buttons are what are assigned to be the accelerate and brake, which are digital buttons. So in the review, I go into some detail about what happens when you push the pedal about that much. You're at full throttle, which is really bad because you're emulating a digital button. But this one actually emulates the up and down motion of the right analog stick, which means you now have a full analog progression. So if you push down halfway, you're at half throttle. You push down all the way, you're at full throttle. And the brake, the exact same thing. So that is one thing that it does exceptionally well over this one. So what can I say about these two wheels is this one I actually recommend for the Xbox, and this one I recommend for the PlayStation 2. Do you need to buy two wheels? Yes, if you're going to buy an MC2 wheel. Still, I recommend the Driving Force EX over this wheel simply because you cannot beat the feeling of force feedback, and that is the absolute truth. So if you can get a hold of this wheel over a Driving Force EX, it is definitely better than using a DualShock controller. But if you can get a Driving Force EX or a Driving Force Pro or even a Driving Force GT, I still recommend that the most for the PlayStation 2. Speaking of the Driving Force EX, I want to do a short segment here where I do some gameplay footage of this game here on PC. This is GTR 2. I got this game from Chuck from HWC 1218. If you look at my other Retro Rehab videos, you'll find a video of me trading games with Chuck, or trading games with HWC 1218, and this is one of the games that he traded me because he couldn't run this on his PC. So I told him that once I got this game up and running, I would do some gameplay footage of it. Now, I must warn anybody who's good at this game, I really suck at this game. I will come clean and say that I am used to console racing simulation games, and they cannot even come close. Not even Forza or Gran Turismo 5 can even come close to a game like this. So I mean, these games are the hardest of the hardcore. So just please be warned that I am not going to do so great in this gameplay, and I actually give up. I do not even finish the race, but here's some gameplay footage of what I took. Okadoke, I'm sorry for what you're about to see. I'm not very good at this game. This is one of the most difficult driving games I've ever played. This ain't no Gran Turismo, that's for sure. You really have to finesse that gas pedal, man. If you floor it around these corners, you spin out right away. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Wow. Get out of the grass. Move, move, move. I can hear him behind me. No, 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 no! Ah! Doggone it. Oh, not too bad. At least I can still see the guy in 20th place. Oh, fishtail, just a little bit. This game is just absolutely brutal. I don't know if any of you have seen my Logitech wheel review, but you'll see me let go of the steering wheel to show the wheel return. And in this game, if you let go of the steering wheel, your car goes out of control. Now I can't see the guy in 20th place. That blows.
Well, that's just about enough humiliation for me. In my defense, this game was on 100% simulation with 100% opponent strength, and I didn't even bother to qualify, so I was in 21st place. Not that I would have done much better if I had tried to qualify. I probably would have gotten in maybe about 20th place if I tried to qualify. But I actually tried to play this game without the assist on. When you turn on 100% simulation, you have no analog brakes, you have no spin out protection or anything like that. It is just absolutely brutal, and this game does not feel the same if you turn on the assists. It actually feels quite dumbed down. There's like no middle ground. So I like to play it with 100% simulation, even if I do very much suck at it. Well, there you go, Chuck. That is some footage of GTR 2. I appreciate you sending it out to me. It's a fantastic game that I'm just going to have to put hours and hours in to get maybe just a little bit less sucky at. So for the rest of you, I hope that you found this video informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions about the Mad Catz wheel if there's something that I didn't cover. And thank you very much for watching.